Go back and do your job. I'm allowed to talk.
You are allowed to talk, but
I'm allowed to talk.
You can't yell.
I can.
You can't yell.
Fuck you. I can
Craig,
talk.
you can't yell.
Sir, get out of my face and go do your job.
I'm not in your face.
Welcome back. Last year, Indiana's legislature passed an unconstitutional law that made it illegal to approach within 25 feet of a law enforcement officer. A couple days ago, a federal court blocked the enforcement of that law because it is unconstitutional. So, that same night, I went out to exercise my freedom and news gather like I used to before the Indiana State Legislature tried blocking it. Enjoy the video.
Alright everybody, so here we are. We're gonna go and see what's going on up here. These are some public officials, some police officers, so of course it is a matter of public interest to see what they're doing up here. We're gonna gather as much information as we can before we let them head out. Hopefully we can gather some information from them. Fifth Amendment says nobody's obligated to answer any questions.
Craig, 25 feet.
That law just got put, an injunction just got put on that law by a federal court, so you might want to check it.
Craig, 25 feet.
Sir,
man.
check the 25-foot injunction.
Craig.
Sir, check the 25-foot injunction.
Stop interfering.
Nobody's interfering, brother.
You're
Go
yelling.
back and do your job.
You're
Go
yelling
back and do your job. I'm
with
allowed to
this
talk.
guy.
Go back and do your job. I'm allowed to talk.
You are allowed to talk, but you
I'm
can't
allowed to
yell.
talk.
You can't yell.
I can.
You can't yell.
Fuck you. I can
Craig,
talk.
you can't yell.
Sir, get out of my face and go do your job.
I'm not in your face.
Go do your job.
You can't yell, Craig.
Stop interfering with my job.
25 feet.
Hey, the 25-foot law just got an injunction put on it by a federal court, so just kick rocks. Do you know what an injunction means?
Yes.
It means you can't enforce it, so fuck off. Get the fuck out of here. Yeah, nobody's got to answer any
Craig,
questions.
if you keep yelling, I will.
Nobody's yelling. Houston versus Hill. It's the Supreme Court. I just notified you of the case law that protects people talking. By the way, the Fifth Amendment protects people from not talking to you. If anybody wants to just not talk to you, they can do that. They could plead the Fifth. By the way, I'm going to need your name and badge number since you made contact with me. Honest to God, you've got Matthew Price next to you, and he's doing a better job than you are. You should be ashamed of yourself. Matt, good job. Pieces of crap. Sheriff, while you're not busy, could I get your name and badge?
Yeah, that's Gibbons 7712.
Gibbons or Givens?
Gibbons.
I got you. Anything you say can and will be used against you.
He's aware. He's aware. I know.
This incident is a perfect example of why you don't talk to the police. From what I could gather through what I heard, this gentleman was sitting in his car on the side of the road when he was approached by police. He answered questions, took a breathalyzer test and a talk screen on the side of the road, and they used the evidence that he was willing to give them against him, and now they're going to take him to a cage.
Well, I was sitting here in the truck. We're driving still classified operating but how did you have control of it? Not in control of one drive. Well, I need that to work. All right.
So what we have here is a victimless crime. Unfortunately, this gentleman has been accused by these officers of having substances inside of him that the government does not approve of. The state allows officers quite a bit of discretion in situations like this, I think, although I don't know. It appears, though, that they are going to choose the caging route. Of course, if the police were on the streets getting murderers off the streets, rapists, thieves, there'd be a lot more sympathy towards their activities than them taking gentlemen like this and saying, hey, you've consumed something that we don't appreciate, and therefore we're going to do things to you. This is why we go out and do this kind of cop watching, so that we can show people kind of the cogs of government, how the cogs of government move. They move without discrimination. They move in a destructive manner. And that's exactly what's happening here, unfortunately, today.
Mr. Hendry,
Yes.
you said victimless crime, right?
That's what I tend to refer to it as.
13,525 deaths directly related to operating a vehicle while intoxicated.
Yeah.
13,000. One of the most violent crimes that could happen.
That's a matter of opinion, I think.
I mean, think about it. Here we go. Think about all the people that's on the road that's driving, right? That's not intoxicated.
Yeah.
Myself, my children, my grandchildren. Your brother just got his license, right? He's on the road. What if someone was intoxicated and hit him and killed him? Would you consider that to be a victimless crime?
See, I think that running into somebody and hurting them, you create a victim. I do believe that. Amphetamines, I think we can both agree, amphetamines, the medicinal use for them is generally to help people concentrate, right?
No.
No?
Absolutely not.
Okay.
Absolutely not. It causes significant impairment.
Oh, I'd agree. No, don't get me wrong. I'd agree that it can, but I think that the general prescription use for amphetamines is to help people with focus issues, mostly ADD, ADHD, stuff like that.
That's what is being used.
Well, that's what amphetamines are.
Well,
but that's particularly amphetamines, and we could try to split hairs about it. I don't think that we'll come to an agreement on the side of the road.
even if someone is prescribed medication, right?
Yeah.
Regardless, whether it be amphetamines, whether it be opioids, whether it be whatever, right?
Mm-hmm.
No matter what, whether it be a CNS depressant, CNS stimulant, any of those things, a narcotic analgesic, any of those things, you can still be impaired even on a therapeutic level.
Yeah, I'd agree.
Just because you're given that medication, that doesn't give you the right to drive impaired. So just as we would look on the side of a pill bottle or anything, what are one of the biggest warnings that we see that you tell people not to do? What's it say on the bottle?
I believe it says, well, a lot of the time it says don't drive, right? Don't drive on it.
Don't drive, right?
Right.
You can still be impaired even if it's...
Matt, let me make a distinction here between what I want to call victimless and what would create a victim. So I think like red flag laws are akin kind of to the driving while impaired, because if you get a red flag law, the goal of the red flag law is to stop somebody from creating a victim, right?
That's not what we have here.
No, but that is because you're trying to stop him from creating a victim when you don't really know if he's gonna or not. It's a preventative measure. And I think that when you get into preventing, when you take actions forcibly to prevent crime, I think then you get into dangerous territories. I'm not a really smart guy, so I don't really have the most well-formed opinions on every single statute, but you get what I'm saying. I have opinions, and I think that if he were to crash into somebody, he'd create a victim. He'd have to pay reparations in that sense, some restitution, I mean.
But don't you think that should be stopped before that victim gets hurt?
I believe it could, but I don't think the government's the way to do it, man. And that's really where I think that private road owners would prevent crashes a lot better than government.
Like the private people own the road?
Yeah.
How does that work?
It's the way the free market works is very unpredictable. So if we had it, I'm not sure that I'd get it right.
But I just couldn't see how that would be.
Yeah, a lot of people can't, but
I really don't. But
it's really just concrete laid in a straight line, man. People can do it.
That it's definitely not a victim.
Yeah, and that's where we disagree, but of course we do disagree.
Hey, William.
Yeah.
Do you have anything in your pocket? Okay. Would you mind emptying your pockets out for me, please?
Yeah.
Oh, no. No, that's fine. Yeah, you can put it in your truck or whatever. That's okay. I just want to make sure you don't have no weapons.
No, I don't have no.
Well, so what's going to happen,
Okay, like I'll let him give you that information, but he's applied for a warrant, okay, to draw your blood. All right, and the judge has granted him that warrant to draw your blood. So unless there's something I'm not aware of, I believe his intentions are to transport you down to the Sullivan County Community Hospital and draw a blood for what we would call a tox box that then we would essentially send off to the state lab, and then they would evaluate that from there. Okay, that's if that's my intent, or that's my understanding. If there's anything else here, I can't tell you that, sir.
Well, I'm asking both.
I know this. I know. Like I can't answer that for him.
It's really going to be a tragedy to me. Because I've been months and months. I'm trying to get this straight. I'm in your variety. Time. I'm not cooking.
That's why I gave you my card. That's why I gave you my card. I get that. Hey, listen to me. Listen to me. I want you to understand this, and I truly believe it. Listen, I believe that there are good people in the world that just make mistakes. We all do it, and I honestly believe that. Okay, so, but I also believe that we also have to be accountable for the things that we do as well. Okay, so, but I am totally just helping him on this. Okay, so the decisions from moving forward are up to Mr. Givens. Okay, that's how it is. Now I'm just gonna pat you down real quick. Okay, just to make sure that you don't have no weapons. Okay, nothing that's gonna poke me, stick me, stab me, anything silly like that, right? Okay. I appreciate you. You said you just want to put all this stuff in your car. Okay. Yeah, about $7,000 in change.
Yeah. I got a little bit of gas money.
Okay, I got it.
Take that long. I promise you.
Oh, you're
Well, I drive. I will call my family.
Here's the problem, okay? In Indiana, we have what we call shall arrest. Alright, there's certain crimes that get that.
I know you don't have to do that.
Driving under the influence.
Let me drive. We're driving. Well, I was sitting here in the truck. We're driving.
Still classified as operating vehicle, but how? Because you're in control of the vehicle.
I'm not in control of one driving.
Okay, well, we'll argue that in court. Alright?
You're gonna arrest me, right?
So what I have here is a Baker's warrant from the judge, Robert Hunley, Circuit Court Judge. That's his signature right here, 9/28/2007 time, okay? This is to take a blood urine sample from it, alright? And have the hospital finish that, okay? Are you gonna comply with this order?
Yeah.
Okay. Some people don't.
You want to grab your telephone? But you don't have anything, but your wallet or anything that you're going to need. And grab your key. Okay, well, I just didn't know. And then, obviously, if you grab your keys, the way you can lock it. He's not going to
I'm not gonna tell your
vehicle, and that way you can just lock it up, and that nobody can mess with your stuff.
Fuck, at least they're doing that for him.
After we do the test, you are absolutely good to have one. But right now, I don't want if there's any foreign substances in that cigarette, it can impede the test. So after the test is complete, I'll let you smoke the cigarette, okay? Well, they'll run their test, and it'll go to the state lab as well. It gets tested. I get what you're saying, but they're going to test it with an independent test. Pocket somewhere. Okay.
that's what I say. You're a little mess with that bucket.
The bucket?
What's
Yeah,
the bucket?
I use it for a toilet.
Oh, okay.
Oh, we ain't messing with nothing.
Don't mess with the bucket.
I'll get a passenger side of my car, okay?
Should help a little.
Get a passenger side of my car, okay? Back. I'm gonna have to put you in handcuffs, so I'm just gonna try to be in front, okay? It's just since I'm transporting you, alright? So I'll let you hold on to those items and handcuff you in front, alright? Alright. Make sure you buckle up. Okay. Pull some more slack for you there. Okay. There we go. Alright. Think anything else for me?
So there you have it, everybody. That should be a good enough reason for you to not talk to police. This gentleman was sitting inside of his car on the side of the road. When he was approached by police officers, he was asked a series of questions, asked to perform a series of tests, to which he complied, thinking, if I'm more compliant, they're more likely to leave me alone. But of course that's wrong, and he will be sleeping in a jail cell on this night because of that. So I hope everybody enjoyed the video. We'll see y'all in the next one. If you're of any interest in seeing more content like this, I go live on Facebook very often, so follow me at Craig Hendry on Facebook. We'll see you in the next video.